Mass spectrum. So what do you have to take note when you answer question for mass spectrum? Okay, number one, you must know how to interpret the mass spectrum. Okay, the one that I want to highlight is this part, y-axis. You have to check, is it relative abundance or is it percentage abundance? Because if it's percentage abundance, when you add up, your total QI will be equals to 100%. But if it's relative abundance, when you add all together, it will not become 153, 4, and 2. You will only get total of 59. And then when you look at the question, you have to see what is the requirement. Okay, for example, relative abundance and percentage abundance is different. Relative abundance, you just take from the y-axis, and then percentage abundance, you have to do calculation. Another one that I want to emphasize is on these two terms: average atomic mass and relative atomic mass. When you are writing average atomic mass, do not write the symbol AR, because AR stands for relative atomic mass, not average atomic mass. And for average atomic mass, the answer must have unit for the average atomic mass, U or AMU. Okay, and then if you are asked to answer relative atomic mass, if this is a subjective question, remember for relative atomic mass, there will be no unit because you have cancelled out the unit in the calculation. If you are asked to write the isotopic notation, remember we do not round up the final answer. So your average atomic mass, okay, will be 24.3, not 24. Okay, so this one is most important. You must be able to recognize what is the abundance and what is the mass. Okay. If you are not given the percentage, then you must use assumption, because when they all add together, they will become 100%. Means 100% are copper, but they have two types of isotope, that is copper 63 or copper 65. Another type of question is they will give you, for example, this type of ratio. Okay, so what we do here is we will divide by 1 because we will get back the same value. Okay, another one is, let's say if the question doesn't give it in this form, it gives you ratio 57 to 2. That means your total will be 57 plus 2. Okay, summary. You must know how to draw the mass spectrum and check the y-axis. And then for here, the mass per charge, remember there will be no arrow. Okay, then for average atomic mass, remember it has unit and you must use the formula. And for relative atomic mass, there will be no unit for the final answer and you can use AR. But for average atomic mass, don't use AR. Okay, if the question gives atomic mass is given 107.9014 AMU, then this is the MI, okay, the mass for silver. If let's say this information is not given, they only give you the symbol for isotopic notation, or they just tell you about silver, then you take the average atomic mass in the periodic table, or you take it from the isotopic notation. So that's all for this part. That's all what I want to emphasize.